I cheated because I thought my husband cheated on me. He left the house and didn't say a single word to me. Please help me. I'm 25 years old and my husband is 33. We've been together for over 6 years, married for 4, and we have a 20-month-old son. We met at a party at a friend's house, and we connected almost immediately. He started talking to me first, and even though it was the first time I met him, he was incredibly handsome, very confident, and charming. He knew a lot of girls, including some of my friends who wanted to talk to him when we were there. But in the first 10 minutes after we arrived at the party, he came up to me. I don't know the perfect words to describe how I felt in that moment, but if I had to choose, I felt almost chosen by him. We started dating a few days later, and the more time we spent together, the more I started falling for him. I always had the feeling that he was completely out of my league, but knowing him never made me feel insecure about him wanting to be with me. I knew beforehand that he had been with many women, but it didn't really bother me because he never talked about it. The few times I asked him if he really wanted a relationship or if he was sure about us, he always told me that he loved me and didn't care about other women. After 2 years, we got married and tried to have a child. We had a beautiful son. He always wanted to have a boy and a girl, and we were thinking of having another child. I always opened up to my husband more than anyone could imagine, but after giving birth, I gained some weight. He always told me that he didn't mind and loved me no matter what. He suggested we start working out together. He goes to the gym at least 4 to 5 times a week, and we could make it a bonding activity. I always said yes, but we never went together for several different reasons. He never lost his shape and worked out regularly without trying to invite me. Over time, with the baby taking most of our sex life started decreasing, but he always reassured me that he still felt attracted to me. Most of the time, he tried to initiate sex, but I refused, mostly because of myself and my insecurities with my body and how I felt around him. This is still a huge regret for me. He even told me we could leave the baby with our parents to spend some time alone, but for some reason, I neglected it. My self-esteem kept getting worse, and he tried to cheer me up. When we went out, I would see other women looking at him or trying to make eye contact with him. That bothered me. I'd tell him about it, and he'd reassure me that he only loved me. One day, after he came home from a long day of work at the hospital and went straight to bed telling me he was exhausted, I started looking at his phone, checking Instagram and Messenger. Some of the messages were from ex-girlfriends. He had been invited to coffee or asked if they'd like to meet up just as friends, but he always turned them down. I even saw archived messages from an ex who randomly messaged him and asked if he wanted to meet up for some fun, referring to sex. He replied saying he had a wife and blocked her. I don't know why, but in my head I started inventing that he must be cheating on me with at least one of those girls. I ended up reaching out to my ex-boyfriend, someone I hadn't spoken to in a long time. One thing led to another and we met at a nearby hotel. At first, I just wanted some sort of closure, but when we ended up having sex, I felt horrible regret. This all happened during the day, and my husband was at work, and he had no idea, never suspected anything. It took 3 days before he came home, and when we were in front of the TV, I started crying and told him everything. He just looked at me but didn't say a word. He went upstairs and locked the door to our bedroom. I followed him, crying at the door, but he didn't say a single word. It took a while, but he finally came out, immediately left the house, and I didn't hear a word from him. He didn't even look at me. I tried calling him at least 100 times, but he still didn't respond, and I have no idea where he went. This happened yesterday, and I haven't heard from him. I'm afraid to contact his family or mine because I'm scared they'll find out. Please, I really don't know what to do and just want to save my marriage. I feel an awful sense of disgust and regret, and I don't even know why I don't trust him. I know most of it stems from my own insecurities, but I just want my husband back. He left me alone with our baby. How can I contact him? What can I do to save my marriage? I'm crying as I write this. Sorry for not responding to my last post, but my life is completely ruined. I'm not going to share posts in other threads anymore. I only received hate, and my inbox is full of messages. I thank the few people who gave me heartfelt advice. For the rest of you, I won't respond. My life is completely ruined. I hate myself more than anything, and I just want my husband back. I really don't know how to move forward from here. He came back home for a few hours yesterday before packing his things and leaving again. When he finally came home, he didn't say anything. He went straight to our son and refused to say a word to me. Even though I kept crying, he told me he wanted some time alone with our son. At first, I thought he had come to see our son and wanted to talk, but after a while, he started packing his bags. I started crying and begging him to talk about it. I took the advice to be completely transparent and told him I would tell him everything he asked. But he just stood up, looked at me with a cold and disgusted look, and said, "I don't want to hear anything. I know everything I need to know." Then he went and grabbed a few more things for his bag. I panicked and started saying I love him and would do anything to get him back, that I had stopped having sex halfway because I felt guilty. In the middle of that sentence, he shoved me against the wall, grabbed my arm, and yelled, "I told you to shut up." I had never heard him so angry and disgusted, and for a moment I thought he was going to hit me, but he didn't. I tried to hug him, but he refused to touch me and said I was used and destroyed to him, and that he didn't want anything to do with me. This completely broke me inside. I asked what that meant, and he said we were getting a divorce. The only thing he wanted now was to be able to see our son whenever he wanted, but other than that, he didn't want anything to do with me. Later that same night, he called me and said he was going to contact a lawyer and that he wanted a divorce. I don't know what happens now. I've been crying nonstop since all of this happened. I'm having panic attacks and can't eat or sleep. He saw me completely broken, but still doesn't want anything to do with me. I feel so much remorse that I have a constant pressure on my chest. It's like I have cramps in my stomach. I still haven't been able to reach out to our families, and I don't know if he has either. I'm too ashamed to do it. I just want my life back. I can't imagine living a life without him or him with another woman. My life has fallen into a million pieces, and I'm just trying to pick up the pieces and glue them together. I hate myself more than you can imagine. I know how disgusting and stupid I've been. I'm paying the price. I just want advice on how I can get him back.
Did you enjoy the story? Don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe to join Astro Bear on his Reddit adventures. Stay tuned for more, and keep exploring the Reddit universe with the Astro of Reddit.